Yo, what's going on and what's happening? My name's OmbreBae and you're watching YouTube. I'm never gonna make that straight. Yo, hope you're having a great day. Today, I'm going to walk you through my Instagram. I know, the dreaded gamer girl Instagram. So I wanted to walk you through the aesthetic of my Instagram and also how I edit my photos and show you some befores and afters as well as behind the scenes. First things first, taking the photos. Typically, the biggest mistake I find I make when I'm taking photos of my setup is that I ignore what's on the screens. That's a really big note I have, is if you're taking photos of your setup, look at what is on the screens before you take the photos. Typically, I'll set up a camera somewhere over here where you can't see, and I'm not going to show you, but I set up a camera on a tripod and I will pose it or set it up, like I will set it up in front of my monitors over here and higher up, that way it's angled down, and I do a bunch of different takes. I will also do stuff that is not in front of my setup and is just like photos I can post for certain events. The gear I use to take my photos is a Canon T3i. I've had it since 2013. It's been my first and actually only camera that I've ever owned. Honestly, it's not dead yet, and everything costs so much money right now that I can't feasibly afford to get a new camera, so we work with what we have, and it's fine. It's fine. But once I'm done taking my photos, I throw them into Lightroom. Okay, so this is Lightroom, and this is a photo that I recently edited. I really want my eyes to pop, and I want you to connect with them first. The other thing I focus on is making the background kind of blurry. I want to stand out and be the focus of the photo, so I typically blur the background as well as up the saturation because that's where my lights are. That's where the pinks and the purples and the blues are gonna pop the most. What I do is I take the brush tool specifically, and I will add brushes on places that need a little bit more enhancement. All of my aesthetic is this dreamy gamer girl style effect. And again, you can tell that nothing is too edited in my photos, that a lot of it's just surface level stuff, right? Removing the pimples, making my eyes pop a little bit more, adding some clarity into the hair and some more definition, and making the backgrounds really blurred. As well as I take the brush tool on my skin and I turn my clarity way down on that because I find a lot of texture on my skin, such as my pores stand out or the grain from the camera is really noticeable on my skin. So I like to remove that and just give it a more polished look. So this is the after photo, but I'll show you what the before photo looked like. You can see that the bags under my eyes, they're a lot. They're very noticeable. Also, I have pimples here that you can see on my face. So I took a Band-Aid tool and I Band-Aided those out. Now, I take so many photos. I take 100 photos on average per session. And you can see at the bottom, all of the photos I took in this session. And with that being said, out of 100 photos, I get typically 5 to 7 good photos that I can use and post. I struggle with autofocusing on my face when I'm not in frame. It's really difficult, and trying to get the photo and the timer correct, it's a whole situation. So out of everything I get, a lot of it's out of focus, a lot of it's not framed properly, and so I go with what I can and what I have. Now, with Lightroom being out of the way and how I edit my photos, I will show you my Instagram aesthetic. This is my Instagram at OmbreBaeTTV. It is my gamer girl Instagram and the only Instagram that I use for my Twitch streaming. But you can tell even my highlights have the aesthetic to them of the pink gamer girl aesthetic. This is my whole aesthetic. You can tell it's very pink. It's all PC gaming, very, gamer girl. Now, with that gaming photo, it's one of my favorite photos. I just genuinely like it. I actually changed all my profile pictures to it because it really stood out and made me feel confident, which I think every photo and every edit should make me feel. That being said, this process of my Instagram photos and how they're made isn't really everyone's style. Some people have more of a casual approach with their Instagram. Some people have more of an aesthetic approach to their Instagram, and that's fine. However your Instagram is laid out is how you want it to be. If it's only clips of you gaming, that's fine too. It's all how you want your Instagram to look, because at the end of the day, Instagram is a visual platform, and you want it to visually speak to you and be what you want others to see of you. That being said, that's my Instagram, and if any of you want to go check it out and give it a follow, it's OmbreBae TTV. I'll be sure to put a link in the description below, as well as link all my other socials, and I hope you enjoyed this video on how I edit my photos. Thanks for watching. Bye! One day I shot a cute little Valentine's post that I never posted, but my lighting was literally my string lights pulled down and wrapped around the lens of the camera. That way it added more light to my face.